the entire year after the Tommy John surgery. And Joey Bart has looked good this spring too, and has that power bat, and most likely the starting catcher opening day. And you never know with injury or what have you, but I think there's a lot of talent back there, and it'll be interesting to see. My guess is it'll be Joey Bart with Jason DeLay backing up, just because I think Endy and Henry need to go play.
Yeah.
But I think at some point in time we're going to see all four of these guys contribute at the big league level.
Yeah, we saw Andy Rodriguez play just 10 games last year because of injury. So, and of course Henry Davis still developing at the plate and behind the dish. He'll be behind the dish for Jones today and the rest of the Pirates defensively. It's Tommy Pham out in left field. Ji-Hwan Bae in center. Joshua Palacios will be in right. Alika Williams at third base. Nick Gonzalez will see him at short as we try to figure out who the Pirates will at least start the season with as a backup to Isaiah Kiner-Falefa at shortstop. Adam Frazier at second base. Billy Cook over at first base. That remains a question mark. Who will be at first to begin the year, and Henry Davis doing the catching of Jared Jones, who works to Johan Rojas. First pitch of the game. Swinging a foul right back. 97. From the 23-year-old right-hander from Whittier, California. Enjoyed a lot of success his rookie campaign. Will be Cody Clemens and then Edmundo Sosa here in the Phillies first. And the pitch, swinging a tapper foul. And that had some running movement in on the righty batter, Rojas. Jones has also been working on a two-seam fastball.
Yes, and that's, again, that's works against righties and lefties. It's running in on the righty's hands and away from the lefty's barrel.
Ahead 2 strikes, and the pitch to Rojas. Just missed. Nope, he got it. Outer edge, strike 3 call, 98. Ben May working the plate today, and Jones already with a strikeout.
And that's the other thing you like about Jared Jones. He's not scared. He comes right at you. And even with the 3 straight fastballs to start the game, even 0-2, it wasn't really even that close. I thought it was on the corner. It caught a lot of plate.
Here's Cody Clemens, lefty batter. And he's down a strike. Another fastball from Jones. When asked what he wants to do this season, he says, blow doors. Throwing fastballs. He's always wanted to pitch like that. That's how he pitched last year. Another fastball swinging him as 2 strikes. And he proved that he was good enough at the major league level to throw predominantly fastballs and still get a lot of guys out, especially early in the season.
Yeah. And that's going to be his primary pitch. I think he likes it. He has confidence that he can get it by guys or at least tie guys up.
5 fastballs, 5 strikes, and the pitch is swinging a foul. Another strike on that fastball to Cody Clemens.
And so, and again, it's admirable, and you like it, and he has a lot of confidence in it, but it's also spring training, and let's mix a changeup in here and get a swinging strike, get him out in front.
Still ahead 2 strikes. The pitch, swinging another foul on another heater.
Yeah, they tried to go upstairs there. I could tell by the way Henry Davis set up that it was going to be another fastball. He kind of gave a higher target. And so you just wonder, again, he's obviously feeling good. He's throwing harder already today than he did the whole time his last time out, but got other pitches.
Thrown all fastballs so far, 7 in a row to start the game. And spikes that pitch. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
And I've always liked that. When you get into a regular season, I've always liked the idea of a guy with a good fastball to stay with it. First time through the lineup, why go through anything else? Mm-hmm. If you're getting guys out, why show them anything before you have to?
And the slider down and in, half swing. Clemens held up. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes.
And that goes back to, again, what I was talking about earlier, the slider to the lefty. If it's not in the zone, it's more recognizable, a little easier to take. And so that's why the changeup, I think, is an important pitch for him.
2-2, swing and a miss.
Well, and he went right back to it at 91 miles per hour and just threw it a little bit higher. That one started in the zone, broke out. The first 2 never did start in the strike zone, so he got a couple of takes. But, strikeout looking on the fastball, strikeout swinging now on the good hard breaking ball.
Here's Edmundo Sosa, a right-handed batter. Jared Jones of the Pirates coming home. And there's a strike on an inside slider. Jones really started his career with a bang. 2.89 ERA through the first 9 starts of his career, and almost about a walk per 9 innings. That was really surprising to me. 2-seamer in, 1 ball, 1 strike. Because he walks up a little bit in the minor leagues, but he was in the strike zone. Here's a 1-1, down low and away, 2-1, missed with the fastball. And it was tough to handle when he was in the zone too.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's easy to have confidence in your stuff when they're not hitting it. And so why pick at corners or try to be too fine?
Behind 2-1 in the pitch, Sosa fouls it back.
And confidence there with the slider to throw it even behind in the count. And it would have been a strike. It was in the zone. But certainly keeps hitters guessing. They just can't be up there thinking, well, I'm getting a fastball here because I'm ahead of the count.
2 balls and 2 strikes. Jones trying to strike out the side in the first inning. And Jones to Sosa. Swing, fly ball, tailing away from Bay in center, in right center. He hauls that and on the run. And it's a 1-2-3 first inning for Jared Jones. Now the Pirates come to bat here in Bradenton on the Pirates Radio Network, presented by Iron City and IC Light.
When it comes to having a solid lineup, Sheets and the Pirates are...
Shohei Ohtani has changed the way we view what a baseball player can be.
Ohtani meeting the moment.
He's the most gifted baseball player we've ever seen.
Absolute rocket.
He's a unicorn.
Number 40 for Shohei. 40-40. Walk-off grand slam. No way.
Shohei Ohtani, who is the greatest living player right now, just hit a 2-run bomb. Live.
You could talk about him all night long. From offense to defense to the way he hustles.
We're allowed to have favorite players in the game, too. And on the short list for me is this guy.
Nolan Arenado, a walk-off big fly.
He's a team leader. He's a fun guy. He's a great personality.
This is who you build franchises around.
Magnificent play from Arenado.
There is not an out he thinks he can't get. This guy is some kind of player.
If you're a baseball player and you want to watch just sheer joy in the way to play the baseball game, Jose Ramirez, look no further.
Every time he's locked and makes contact, it's a homer.
Jose Ramirez.
Wow! When you are a star player, it is not just home runs, it's all the things you do. That's the beauty of the sport.
Jose Ramirez putting on the Ritz.
Oh, that was outstanding. What better for the game of baseball?
Select Michael.
We see you. Call 412-DOCTORS to get expert care from AHN, the official medical provider of your Pittsburgh Pirates.
Now the Pirates come to bat here in the home half of the first inning. Tommy Pham will lead it off. Nick Gonzalez and then Joey Bart. Facing an all-star from a year ago, the lefty Christopher Sanchez of the Phillies. Long lean lefty delivers a strike. 96. A couple of years ago, he was throwing 92 miles an hour. Last year, averaged a little over 94.
Yeah, amazing. Whether it's mechanics or who knows what.
Pitch, swinging foul back.
But yeah, he's really good. Led the league in complete games and shutouts last year.
Did he have one?
He had 2 complete games
two.
and 1 shutout. I'm sure he tied in the shutout department. I can't imagine he's the only one that had a shutout, but those are bold on my screen.
Baseball Reference. Down and into Tommy Pham, 3 out of 14 in spring training. Different time, of course, but Steve Blass once completed 12 games in a season. 1 year had 7 shutouts. 7. And Pham down on strikes, 97 from Sanchez to start.
Yeah, the numbers, 3.32 ERA. Just 11 wins, though. Wins are harder to come by for starting pitchers. I mean, he threw 181 innings, which is a lot nowadays.
Nick Gonzalez playing short this afternoon, 2 out of 15. Right-handed batter. Ground ball rolled to Sosa. And the shortstop collects it, throws him out. 2 outs quickly for Sanchez.
Yeah, and there's a book out there that every team has on every hitter. And so Nick Gonzalez, known to get up there and swing the bat, and got good bat speed and get to a fastball. And so what do? You start him with a changeup and get him out in front and roll over.
And Sanchez has one of the best changeups in baseball. Joey Bart, a couple of long home runs this spring. Hits one a few feet out of the batter's box, but foul and a strike. Phillies in the field today. Kroon, Stevenson, Rincones, left to right. Clemens, Sosa, Lantigua, and Kemp. Third around the horn to first. Garrett Stubbs is the catcher. Strike on Joey Bart, 4 out of 11. Facing the lefty Sanchez. Here it is. And a strike.
Yeah, that is a good changeup. And we're talking 10 miles per hour slower than the fastball with some late movement. Fades away from the right-handed batter.
Here's an 0-2 swing and a foul tip struck him out on the changeup. And a quick 1-2-3 inning for Sanchez. We're through 1 scoreless on the Pirates Radio Network, presented by Iron City and IC Light.
If you love your customers, you have to try Ring Central. No matter the size of your business.
Marcus Lynn Betts, best player on the planet.
I love watching Mookie play.
On the Hall of Fame highway.
It's a blessing to have those expectations.
Goodness, and that one is gonna go. Mookie Betts, what a monster.
Got some more unfinished business to take care of.
Are you kidding me?
I try and do the best that I can in anything that I can control.
Nothing on a baseball field that Mookie Betts does not excel at.
Expect Jackson Churio or the Brewers to be a first-year phenom.
I mean, the tool set is just incredible.
You just run out of adjectives to describe the kid.
First big league homer for Jackson Churio.
He's having so much fun. That team is having so much fun.
So much to like about this kid right here. The loft, the juice, everything's there. He hits well beyond his age.
He's figured it out.
Bye-bye, baseball. Jackson Churio.
All rise. Here comes the judge.
Judge is in a league of his own.
Aaron Judge is a special, special talent, man. I look at him like the best hitter in this generation.
And that one is gone.
See ya.
You come up here and you want to make a great impression. Hit every single at bat, really help the team.
Amazing performance by Judge.
He is everything that is good about the game of baseball.
Rafael Devers stands in the batter.
Level seats at select home games. Visit pirates.com/fan values to learn more.
Second inning coming up. Jared Jones back to the mound after striking out 2 in a 1-2-3 first inning. Garrett Stubbs, a lefty batter, leads it off for the Phillies. And a first pitch curve in for ball 1. There'll be a number of left-handed batters in there today. 4 for Jones, as you surmise, Rock, to maybe use that changeup a little bit. Practice that here in this exhibition game. Down and in with another curve, 2-0.
Well, that's another pitch that we didn't see a whole bunch of, the curveball. And yeah, he's just literally trying to flip it in there for a strike, not looking for anything but. So now missing with 2, Stubbs will get the fastball.
He's ready for it and popped it up foul and out of play. 2-1. Now Jones was saying that he thought after coming back from that lat strain that kept him out for most of 2 months, teams had caught on that it's almost all fastball slider. That's inside 3-1, and they would pick one or the other and basically eliminate the changeup and the curveball from him, is how he put it. Behind 3-1 on Stubbs. Swinging a foul back, 96 upstairs.
And it just goes to show you the fastball and how it plays. You know, he's in the good hitters count, 2-0-3-1, knowing he's getting a fastball and still couldn't get the bat head out there.
Full count. Jones ready. Here it is. Got the heat again. Popped it weakly foul in amongst the patrons. or under the netting above them, at least. A reminder that you can enjoy no fees on all Pirates tickets. That offer has been extended through Sunday. So all tickets, all games, no restrictions. A limited time offer, no fees on Pirates tickets through Sunday. Pirates.com/no fees. And he walked him. Low 3-2 slider and a leadoff walk to start the second.
And that's where you wonder, are we just trying to throw that for a strike, just to change up the pace? Or are we looking for a chase on a 3-2 pitch?
If he's trying to throw that for a strike, but missed, you can understand that.
Yeah.
Here's Cal Stevenson, lefty batter, fouls it away. He's down a strike. 5'9" left-handed batter. 1 for 18 with 10 strikeouts in spring training. Stubbs at first, nobody out, second inning. Scoreless game. Jared Jones a long wait. And the pitch just in at 95. 1 ball and 1 strike. Now, another thing we saw last year too is Jones's velocity usually tails off. Some guys, you can maintain it. Some guys does trickle downward as the game moves on. There's a strike.
Was that the change?
That might have been the first one. One ball and 2 strikes on Stevenson. And here's the next one, a swing and a foul. Stubbs not a threat to run at first, getting just a brief lead over there. Jones comes set and a 1-2 home. A little bit low. Tried to slider that time. 2-2. Frazier trying to cut down the hole on the right side. And the pitch. Swing and a miss, struck him out. And Jones already with 3 strikeouts today.
Yeah, and again with the slider. Starts it in on the inner third of the plate. Looks like a strike. And then the late break has a break down below the zone.
Got the hitter to kind of swat at it. Not a very good swing at all. Great stuff from Jared Jones. Here's Otto Kemp. And a swing and a miss and a strike. Last 4 guys in the lineup, all non-roster players, as the Phillies travel here today. And for Jones last year, through any starting pitcher in baseball, the 5th highest whiff percentage. So swing and miss among all pitches in the zone. That one in the zone and hit into the left field corner. Extra bases for Kemp. Stubbs touches third. And it'll go into third with a double and an RBI for Otto Kemp, and the Phillies lead 1-0.
It left that slider up. Maybe trying to overthrow it a bit. It was at 93, the hardest slider. I mean, I think, or maybe it was a 2-seam fastball. Not 100% sure. But we've seen the fastball 95 to 98. That pitch just 93, and it was turned around.
Statcast says that was a 2-seamer. And it was middle. You're right. Yeah, right there. As he works on that pitch. There's Gabriel Ricones Jr. and a swing and a foul back.
And by the way, Stubbs got around the bases pretty good.
He was running better than I thought. Yeah. Doesn't really steal bases, but yeah, he could.
I mean, that ball didn't even reach the outfield fence. It was picked up before it hit the outfield fence. So shocked to see him score on that.
Here's an 0-1. Rincones fouls it back. Yeah, Gonzalez was the cutoff man, and that was kind of a low throw. But even if he had gloved that cleanly, he would have had no attempt at home plate. Stubbs would have scored no matter what. 2 strikes on Rincones. 3 spring homers. Half swing he went and tied him up. 4 strikeouts for Jones. 2 outs in the second.
And again, very competitive is Jared Jones, and he's probably so mad at himself for walking Stubbs on the 3-2 pitch, because they probably don't score if he doesn't.
Here's the right-handed batting Matt Kroon. Swings and fouls it deep down the right field line, and a strike on a fastball from Jones. Yeah, convincing Jones to work on things in spring training, that's probably hard to do.
Yeah, well, he's just attacking. I said a couple of curveballs have changed, but it's mostly the fastball slider.
Man at second, that's Kemp here with 1 strike on the hitter, and it's high and away with a fastball at 97. 1 ball, 1 strike. Kroon 2 for 13 with a home run. 1-0 Philadelphia. We're in the second. Here's a 1-1 and a hit him. Looked like in the belly. Came inside on Kroon with the fastball.
Yep. Couldn't feel good at 96. Oh yeah, just above the belt, maybe the ribs, but regardless.
He was able to twist just enough to get it a little bit more in the ribs than, say, in the abdomen. Here's Rafael Lantigua, righty batter. And he's down a strike on a slider over.
He took it well, I'll tell you that. I mean, that couldn't have felt good.
That's not going away anytime soon. 2 on for the Phillies with 2 outs. Jared Jones comes home, swing and a miss, and 2 strikes. I'll tell you, that slider is about as good as he's ever had it.
Yep, and you get guys up there that are worried about velocity and are overly aggressive, you're going to get swings like that. I wouldn't be surprised to see another slider in the dirt. Nope, upstairs.
Down low and away, missed the spot. 1-2.
Yeah. Tried to go upstairs.
Now, to be fair, the bottom 4 in the order have never played in the major leagues. All upper tier minor league players, all could make the Phillies at some point this year. Inside, 2-2. Had some fade to it. Slider that backed up, maybe, with a right-handed batter up there. Or the change. Davis sets up the target. Here's a 2-2. Missed the spot. Davis jerked his glove back over the plate as if to tell Ben May that was a strike. But it's 3-2 now. Those 2 runners will be in motion with 2 outs. Jones on 3-2. Strike 3 call that time through the slider in the zone on 3-2 and got Lantigua looking. He is.
They're going to challenge.
Oh. That's Ben May. And where was it? It was a strike. So the Phillies have lost one of their 2 allotted challenges. And Jared Jones has struck out 5 Phillies through 2 innings. We go to the bottom of the second. 1-0 Phillies on the Pirates Radio Network, presented by Iron City and IC Light.
Bryce Harper is special. He's got a flair for the dramatic.
Bryce Harper for me is must-see TV.
You can't take your eyes off him.
We all love his feistiness.
Every time it's a big moment, Bryce Harper comes through.
That's what you always dream of, to put a city on your back and do that for your team.
One of the coolest sports moments ever.
The Angels select Michael Trout.
It's a dream come true.
He plays like a Hall of Famer.
One of the greatest players of all time.
That ball is routed here.
Just drink this in. He's not even close to being done.
I come to the ballpark every day trying to get better.
Generational player.
Ball's crushed. He's rocking and rolling.
Well, it's his world.
Top tank for Mike Trout.
A different kind of juice when you see an all-time great player.
You can talk about him all night long. From offense to defense to the way he hustles.
We're allowed to have favorite players in the game, too. And on the short list for me, is this guy.
Nolan Arenado, a walk-off big fly.
He's a team leader. He's a fun guy. He's a great personality.
This is who you build franchises around.
Magnificent play from Arenado.
There is not an out he thinks he can't get. This guy is some kind of player.
Pete Alonso, franchise cornerstone.
Phillies 1, Pirates nothing. Pirates come to bat in the bottom of the second against the lefty Christopher Sanchez, an all-star, to Henry Davis, and delivers a fastball off the plate. Ball 1. An easy 97 from the long, lean lefty.
They list him at 6'1", 175. I don't think that's the case.
1-0. There's a strike. I'd find it hard to believe that he hasn't grown in height.
That's what I'm thinking. I'm just guessing that's just when he signed, because he looks taller than 6'1", and hard to believe 175.
Here's a 1-1 to Henry. A swing and a foul off to the right. Henry 5 for 16 with a home run. No batting gloves, right-handed batter. I think they'll update all those heights at least because of the ABS. Every detailed height measurement was taken at the outset of spring training. It's down low 2-2. Now probably pitchers they don't really hit anymore, so I don't know if they got measured or not. But
you never know. They might have to at some point.
2-2 coming. It's low, 3-2. Tried the change and missed.
If you use your whole bench and then there's an injury in extra innings or something, a pitcher might have to hit. So you would think that they would get measured.
Yeah. Got him in there already. Full count for Henry. Here it is. A swing and a high fly ball right center field. Rincones, the right fielder, will drift over and make the catch, 1 out. Let's step out 10 seconds for a station break on the Pirates Radio Network. Here's Adam Frazier back with the Pirates. Played 6 seasons. They came up through the Pirates minor league system. Lefty batter sees a strike.
Good to see him back in the lineup.
Oh, yeah.
Dealing with a little bit of a back issue, I believe. But obviously healthy, back in there.
Just 1 for 6. Bounding ball back to Sanchez. He gloves and throws to first for the second out. Left on left. The righty batting Billy Cook is coming up. And so is opening day in Pittsburgh. The Pirates will host the New York Yankees on opening day, Friday, April 4th at 4:12 p.m. and also Saturday afternoon, Sunday afternoon as well. Opening weekend presented by Giant Eagle, April 4th, 5th, and 6th. Get your tickets at pirates.com. Right now, no fees. Also, through Sunday. Good changeup, swing and a miss, strike 1 to Billy Cook. 1-0 Phillies. Pirates batting in the second. Looking to get on for the first time against Sanchez. Here's an 0-1. Strike 2. Just gets that changeup in there.
Yeah, those are 3 pretty good weapons from Sanchez. I mean, the velocity, a hard slider, and that changeup, boy, it's the same arm action, but 10 miles per hour slower than the heater.
Here's an 0-2 in the dirt. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Cook is 1 for 9 in spring training. Playing over at first base today. What do you think? About 6-7 guys have played over there at first base this spring?
Yeah, at least. And Billy Cook can move all over, and getting an audition as well.
Swing and a miss on the change. Third strikeout for Sanchez, and we're through 2. 1-0 Phillies on the Pirates Radio Network, presented by Iron City and IC Light.
At AHN Sports Medicine, we know ballers. Baseballers, basketballers, footballers, pickleballers, even bocce ballers. We also know that no two ballers are alike, which is why at AHN Sports Medicine, we use the...
This is AA's. This is a franchise turner.
I'm ready to compete.
He struck him out 100 miles an hour.
He has not disappointed.
Even playing in Wrigley Field, it is super humbling.
101 in the zone.
His dominance in the strike zone, it's incredible.
The bottom line, it's just a game. The hitters have weaknesses.
11 strikeouts for Skeen, 6 innings of no-hit baseball.
They are knocking on the door of completely turning this franchise around.
Paul Skeen, what a man!
The Angels select Michael Trout.
It's a dream come true.
He plays like a Hall of Famer.
One of the greatest players of all time.
That ball in, Trout ahead.
And just drink this in. He's not even close to being done.
I come to the ballpark every day trying to get better.
Generational player.
Ball's crushed.
He's rocking and rolling.
Well, it's his world.
Top tank for Mike Trout.
A different kind of juice when you see an all-time great player.
You could talk about him all night long. From offense to defense to the way he hustles.
We're allowed to have favorite players in the game too, and on the short list for me is this guy.
Nolan Arenado, a walk-off big fly.
He's a team leader. He's a fun guy. He's a great personality.
This is who you build franchises around.
Magnificent play from Arenado.
There is not an out he thinks he can't get. This guy is some kind of player.
Expect Jackson Churio or the Brewers to be
The order against Jared Jones of the Pirates, 1-0 Philadelphia. Johan Rojas will start things. And the pitch, bunt shown up high, missing for ball one. Jones with 5 strikeouts. 2 looking, including Rojas in the first. Here's Jones's 1-0, swinging a foul back. On an away fastball. 1 ball and 1 strike. Bay plays in and shades the hitter Rojas a little bit toward right field. Palacios several steps over toward the line and right. Here's a 1-1 high and away with fastball. 2-1.
We really didn't talk about it when you were talking about the Pirates' defensive alignment, but I find it interesting that Alika's at third, Nick Gonzalez at short.
Here's a 2-1, and there's a strike. Why?
You know, Nick obviously played mostly second base last year, but we saw him a lot at short in spring training, and I thought he did a really good job at short. Alika is an elite defender at short, you know, and so that would be what you would typically see, Alika Williams playing short.
Swinging a bouncer past the mound towards short. Here's Gonzalez on the move. Exchanges, throws in, got him. Good play by Nick Gonzalez at shortstop.
And that's what we saw a lot last year from Nick Gonzalez. I mean, I thought he played a good short. And, you know, Alika, you know, I think it'd be hard for him to make this club, especially after the signing of Adam Frazier. I mean, although he's an asset defensively for sure. But I think they want to see how Nick does at short. I think they want to give him reps over there.
There's Cody Clemens who fouls it off Davis's mask.
I mean, it would be the only reason really, you know, for Nick to be over there is, you know, they want to make sure he gets some reps over there in case he's needed at short. You know, there were times, you know, I wondered, you know, are you better served with IKF at short or Nick Gonzalez at short? You know, he did that. I thought that good of a job here in spring training last year.
Outside 1-1.
I think he has a little more arm than IKF. But, you know, both solid defenders. You know, both obviously could play in the middle.
Jones on a 1-1. A little bit up, 2-1.
And Nick has also played some third. But, I mean, I'm just saying, if you're out trying to win a ball game, you're not going to see Alika at short or third and Nick. It'd be the opposite. Nick would be at third and Alika would be at short. But you're just giving guys opportunities at different positions.
Swinging a foul. 2-2 on Cody Clemens. Trying to figure out, okay, that first series in Miami, what is the best 26 guys? Where would they play? How would they? But you also probably get information for down the road too, right? You know.
Well, for sure.
Here's a 2-2, and that's low. 3 balls and 2 strikes.
And I think you also have to prepare guys in case there's an injury or something like that. You know, IKF appears to be the opening day shortstop. But what if something happens to them? Who's going to play short?
3-2 swing and a miss. Good changeup from Jared Jones.
I'd like to see that. For instance, Triolo, he played some short the other day. Now he'll hope he's more of a traditional utility guy that's going to move all over the infield, and he's very good at everywhere in the infield. And shortstop's not out of the question for Triolo if need be. But Nick Gonzalez could be as well.
Down ball one to Edmundo Sosa.
But yeah, you don't want to have an injury or somebody that can't go for a day or two, and all of a sudden you're like, oh, go play short. Well, I haven't played there since last spring training.
There's a strike. 1-1 on Sosa with 2 outs, nobody on. 6 strikeouts for Jones here with 2 outs in the third. 1-0 Phillies. Here's his 1-1, and it's low. 2 balls at a strike. And let's say Kiner Falefa is the starting shortstop, and I mean, over the course of a season, he's not going to start 162 games. He's not even probably going to start 145 games at shortstop. So you're going to have somebody to spell him periodically. That's outside. 3-1. Or as you surmised, what if there's a minor injury? A guy that can play there for the weekend. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss.
Boy, oh boy, that's where Jared Jones, whether it's him making the call or Henry Davis, but you're geared up, 100% certain you're going to see a fastball on that 3-1 count, and he fires a slider in there and gets you way out in front.
Here's a 3-2 swing and a weak pop-up in the infield. And the second baseman retires it. Frazier, that ends the inning. Another 1-2-3 inning for Jared Jones. 6 strikeouts through 3. Phillies lead 1-0 on the Pirates Radio Network. Presented by Iron City and IC Light.
Corey Seager, all eyes on him. He's ready to go. He's aggressive.
Here's a dude that swings 52% of the time on first pitches.
Corey Seager smashes a ball.
The ability to be able to come together and compete every night. That's what it's all about at this point for me.
Corey Seager does it again.
This guy is doing it all. He's hitting bombs all the time.
This is a ace. This is a franchise turner.
I'm ready to compete.
He struck him out 100 miles an hour.
He has not disappointed.
Even playing in Wrigley Field, it is super humbling.
101 in the zone.
His dominance in the strike zone, it's incredible.
The bottom line, it's just a game. The hitters have weaknesses.
11 strikeouts for Skeen. 6 innings of no-hit baseball.
They are knocking on the door of completely turning this franchise around.
Paul Skeen, what a man.
The Angels select Michael Trout.
It's a dream come true.
He plays like a Hall of Famer.
One of the greatest players of all time.
That ball is crowded here.
And just drink this in. He's not even close to being done.
I come to the ballpark every day trying to get better.
Generational player.
Ball's crushed. He's rocking and rolling.
Well, it's his world.
Top tank for Mike Trout.
A different kind of juice when you see an all-time great player.
G1 Bay leads it off for the Pirates. 1-0 Phillies. Tough left-on-left matchup against Christopher Sanchez of the Phillies. And a strike to Bay. He's had a nice spring training at the plate. 6 for 11 with a home run.
He has looked great. Absolutely great at the plate.
I wanted to ask you about something that he said the other day about why he thinks he's hitting the ball more solidly. Ground ball up the middle with a diving stop. Sosa throws late on the first base. Is too fast to beat out an infield hit.
Yeah, that was a heck of an effort over at short by Sosa. I didn't even think it'd be that close. I thought Bay would get there easily. He had to cross over the second base side. Went to the second base side. Slid came up, fired a strike, and Bay barely beats that throw.
Well, Bay is a right-handed dominant person. And as a left-handed batter, he was telling me, here's Palacios dragging a bunt up first base. Sanchez, a left-handed pitcher, throws it on to first. And the first baseman came down on the bag ahead of Palacios, who tumbles and falls to the ground. Slow to get up. He's out. Bay to second. It'll probably go as a sacrifice.
Yes, it should go as a sacrifice. And boy, what a heck of a play by the big lefty, Christopher Sanchez. The lefty usually falls off the third base side. Typically, that's just an easy base hit, but man, didn't fall off the third base side and was able to get over there and make that quick flip. Great play. I like the play on all ends. I like the play by Palacios as well. I mean, at the worst case scenario is what happened. You have a runner on second, it's a sacrifice, but best case, you don't make a great play. It's first, second, nobody out, as there's a pickoff move at second, not close. So, back to Bay.
Yeah, so Bay was saying that, he would, in his swing, thinking of as a left-handed batter, well, his dominant hand is the lower hand, so instead of the hand that, if you're swinging one-handed, you're swinging with that top hand. And so it was kind of getting him to have the bat angled and a little bit off. There's a swing and a miss is how he described it. There's a strike. So I was wondering how you would think about, you see a lot of catchers at bat left-handed. And I'm thinking most of them are probably right-hand dominant. So how do you overcome that? And that's what Bay has worked on this offseason, to try to have that bat a little bit more under control and drive the ball a little bit more. There's a swing and a miss, 2 strikes on Williams.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I really don't. I've never had to deal with such a thing. I mean, was a right-handed batter and a right-handed thrower and right-handed dominant. I do know this. I never thought about my bottom hand when I hit. I only thought about my right hand. I wanted to manipulate the barrel of the bat with my right hand. That's what I felt that I controlled.
Bay takes off for third. Pitches a ball, throw down, and he's saved with his first stolen base of the spring.
Yeah, and that's what he could do. The legs. And my goodness, that's another good play by the Phillies. Stubbs. That pitch was in the dirt, bounced in front of home plate, and he made that look close. Breaking ball that he was able to pick and got off a pretty good throw. A perfect throw might have gotten him. That was a good effort.
Now the infield comes up. 1-2, swing and a miss. High and away, changeup. Williams down on strikes. Now Bay trying to get to third with 1 out.
Yep.
Deep ground ball past that drawn in infield, or a deep enough fly ball. Tie the game.
Well, back to Bay, Ji-Hwan Bae, and it's the way he's going about his business. I read a quote last year where he was talking about hitting the ball in the air more. And, and I was like amazed and stunned that why a guy with that kind of speed won't hit the ball in the air more.
Outside ball 1.
He hits a ground ball to lead off the inning, and it might be the only reason we score is because of his speed. I mean, I would want to be on top of the ball, but then he's done that for the most part. I mean, he's shown really good bat control and really good patience, and has really looked good this spring.
Ran a 4-1-1 to first. Pitch, swinging a foul. 1 ball, 1 strike on Tommy Pham. Bay at third with 2 men out. Clemens, the third baseman, playing back, so Bay able to get a big lead.
And I would think, as far as being a 4th outfielder, I would think Bay came into camp at least 6th on the depth chart. And boy, he might be moved up since then.
Pitch is low, 2-1. Do you believe, if you were a manager, you're trying to construct in a game, to have Bay as a bench player because of his running ability? You have a pinch runner built in. Is there any advantage to that? Is that a tiebreaker
for sure? Yeah, I mean that's a big tiebreaker.
Pitch, strike, 2-2 on Pham.
And it doesn't mean you're just going to sit on the bench and be a pinch runner,
right?
Or
not Herb Washington,
or just a defensive replacement. I mean, if he's handling the bat the way he is, I mean he could be exciting. We saw that 2 years ago. What he could do for your offense when he's on base.
Sanchez on 2-2. Pham tried to hold up. And he did on the appeal to first.
You think about, Ji-Hwan Bae was a big prospect, and he has a lot of tools. And, for me, everything seems fast to him, especially last year at this level. And I think if he can slow things down, and I think he's a big league player for sure.
3-2. Swinging a bouncer onto second. Lantigua fields cleanly and gets it onto first for the final out. Leadoff hit by Bay. He's left on at third through 3. 1-0 Phillies on the Pirates Radio Network, presented by Iron City and IC Light.
Every year, for every Pirates pitcher strikeout, Coppers donates $50 to a full lineup of local charities.
If you're a baseball player and you want to watch just sheer joy in the way to play the baseball game, Jose Ramirez look no further.
Every time he's locked and makes contact, it's a homer.
Jose Ramirez!
Wow! When you are a star player, it is not just home runs, it's all the things you do. That's the beauty of the sport.
Jose Ramirez putting on the Ritz.
Oh, that was outstanding.
What better for the game of baseball? Expect Jackson Churio or the Brewers to be a first-year phenom.
I mean, the tool set is just incredible.
You just run out of adjectives to describe the kid.
First big league homer for Jackson Churio.
He's having so much fun. That team is having so much fun.
So much to like about this kid right here. The loft, the juice, everything's there. He hits well beyond his age.
He's figured it out.
Bye-bye, baseball! Jackson Churio.
The Angels select Michael Trout.
It's a dream come true.
He plays like a Hall of Famer.
One of the greatest players of all time.
That ball in, routed here.
Just drink this in. He's not even close to being done.
I come to the ballpark every day trying to get better.
Generational player.
Ball's crushed. He's rocking and rolling.
Well, it's his world.
Top tank for Mike Trout.
A different kind of juice when you see an all-time great player.
Corey Seager, all eyes
2025. Visit usopen.com/tickets today to witness golf history.
Make your plans Saturday, April 19th. The Guardians will be in town at 4:05, and the first 20,000 fans will take home a bobblehead featuring Rookie of the Year, Paul Skeens. It's thanks to PNC. That's an April 19th, Saturday afternoon game. Swinging a foul by Garrett Stubbs and a strike. And get your tickets today, tomorrow, or Sunday. Limited time offer allows you to enjoy no fees on your purchases. Well, Saturday, April 19th, Paul Skeens bobblehead giveaway. Pirates.com/promotions. Ball down low from Jones. It's 1-1 strike. 1-0 Phillies. Beginning the fourth. On a sun-splashed Friday afternoon in Bradenton, Florida. Glad you're with us. Here's a 1-1 coming. Swing and a bouncer foul up first baseway on a high and in slider. 1-2. Stubbs scored the Phillies run after walking to lead off the second.
Yeah, he put together a pretty good at bat against Jones. Couldn't finish him off. Fouled away some fastballs and was able to take a pretty good 3-2 breaking ball that just dipped below the zone.
This is about where Skeens was relieved yesterday. It's inside 2-2. Jones at 63 pitches. That's about where Skeens was yesterday. He faced one batter in the fourth. That was it.
Yeah, probably his last batter. There is somebody up in the pen.
Here's a 2-2. Stubbs pops it up back behind home plate. Davis with sunglasses on measures it, and it falls on the netting.
Yep, one of those, if the wind's blowing out, that stays in play. But the wind is blowing in. It's actually picked up a little bit. Actually, a pretty calm day today, which is odd down here this time of year. But I feel a little bit more. Wishing I would have brought my pullover from the car.
I've got an extra one, but I don't know if sizes would work.
Probably not.
It's an XL. Kids.
Makes sense.
2 balls and 2 strikes. Yeah, Jones ready. Here it comes to Stubbs. Off the plate away. 3-2.
If I were to guess, I wore your size in 8th grade. And not since.
Just facts. 3-2 from Jones to Stubbs. Swinging a ground ball foul up first.
Yep. Another good at bat. About a quarter of Jones's pitches have been thrown to Garrett Stubbs.
according to StatCast today. 8 swings and misses. Full count, and the pitch. Swinging a ground ball, rolled fair right up the first base line. It'll deflect to Palacios in the right field corner. He'll get it in quickly. That's a stand-up double for Stubbs to start the 4th.
Yeah, another good at bat from Stubbs. Sees a lot of pitches. This time he takes the slider that's in the zone and rolls it right over the corner of the bag. In fact, Jared Jones thought it was foul. And so now Derek Shelton out to tell Jared Jones that he's taller.
Now we read that was the extended conversation that was had the last time that Jones was pulled from a spring training game. Today, much more brief. And we have a pitching change here in Bradenton. It's 1-0 Phillies. We're back after this message along the Pirates Radio Network.
At 8.
Marcus Lynn Betts, best player on the planet.
I love watching Mookie play.
On the Hall of Fame highway.
It's a blessing to have those expectations.
Goodness. And that one is going to go. Mookie Betts, what a monster.
Got some more unfinished business to take care of.
Are you kidding me?
I try and do the best that I can in anything that I can control.
Nothing on a baseball field that Mookie Betts does not excel at.
Bryce Harper is special. He's got a flair for the dramatic.
Bryce Harper for me is must-see TV.
You can't take your eyes off him.
We all love his feistiness.
Every time it's a big moment, Bryce Harper comes through.
That's what you always dream of, to put a city on your back and do that for your team.
He did again. It is Bedlam at the bank.
One of the coolest sports moments ever.
Corey Seager, all eyes on him.
He's ready to go. He's aggressive.
Here's a dude that swings 52% of the time on first pitches.
Corey Seager smashes a ball.
The ability to be able to come together and compete every night. You know, that's what it's all about at this point for me.
Corey Seager does it again.
This guy is doing it all. He's hitting bombs all the time.
Pete Alonso, franchise cornerstone.
And stuff. You know, it just really hasn't worked out for him. Just 4 innings, 6 strikeouts, but he's walked 3, and he's given up a couple of homers.
That was to a couple of minor leaguers in his last outing, which belies really how he pitched into spring training at that point. Cal Stevenson, a lefty batter, 1 for 19 with 11 strikeouts in spring training. Waits out a pitch in. That's that slider for ball 1. Stubbs at second with nobody out in the 4th. 1-0 Phillies. Now Ramirez, parts of 2 seasons with the Pirates in 22 and in 23. Right-hander delivers. And a weak swing by Stevenson. 1 ball, 1 strike on the slider. I mean, he was a really big part of the bullpen on those teams. For most of those times. He was used a lot at one stretch and then became ineffective and then was cut free in 23. But up to that point, he had a 1-something ERA going into that stretch back in 23. Down low, 2-1 on that back foot slider. And he had a great stretch last year with the Dodgers, the World Series winners. Maybe about a month and a half, 21 game stretch at 2.19 ERA in that span. Outside 3-1. So coming up on 30 years old, how do you put it all together for a whole season and stick around the big leagues? Non-roster player for the Pirates in spring training, Yohan Ramirez. His 3-1 strike.
It makes you wonder. I mean, that's a 3-1 breaking ball once again. And so, you know, he throws in the mid-90s, sometimes upper 90s. And you wonder if hitters see it, if there's any movement. Is the location good enough with the fastball?
Pitch tapped foul on a full swing on the slider.
And so it makes me wonder, without seeing the 2 home runs he allowed, based on what I've seen so far today, I have to think they're against his fastballs because he's usually, you know, not afraid to throw it, but hasn't thrown any in this at bat. I think this would be a good time to break it out.
Here's a 3-2 swing and a miss through him, another slider, and finally got Stevenson to strike out.
Yeah, all sliders, and it's a good one.
Now Otto Kemp, who had an RBI double in the second. Stubbs at second with one out in the fourth. Ramirez has pitched for the Mariners, the Dodgers, the Orioles, the White Sox, the Mets, the Red Sox, and the Guardians. And two of those teams he appeared in one game and was let go. And that's why he hits a lot of guys.
Yes. And again on the slider. And so, but with the talent, that's why he's on so many different teams. You know, there's guys that have probably maybe even have better numbers that don't get as many opportunities because maybe they pitch better, but they don't have as good a stuff. I mean, his stuff is good, and so sure, a lot of teams are out there. Well, if we can get him to do this, if we can, you know, get him to locate the fastball better, you know, because it is swing and miss stuff if it's located well enough.
Here's Rincones. Struck out his only time and takes outside. Big lefty batter. Kyle Schwarber calls him Uncle Rico. Hit it over to the mountains. Young player with a lot of power. 3 spring home runs. 2 on with 1 out for the Phillies. They lead 1-0 in the fourth. Ramirez, the right-hander, delivers. In tight, Davis to second. Good throw. Just a little tardy as Stubbs was able to get back, but that was right on the bag. Davis has such a good arm.
Very strong arm.
A lot of catchers wouldn't even bother to throw down to second like that, but that was a close play. 2-0. Swinging a hard chopper, 2 hops to second. On the short 1. Gonzalez relay. Scooped up by Cook at first. Double play. Cleans up the inning. So that leadoff double left stranded by the Phillies thanks to Johan Ramirez. And we go to the bottom of the fourth. It's still 1-0 Phillies on the Pirates Radio Network, presented by Iron City at IC Light.
Bobby Wood Jr. is an absolute superstar in the making.
I've never seen anything like him.
He's one of the best players in baseball.
Highlight reel play, Bobby Wood Jr.
That's why we call him Bobby Baseball.
He is a generational talent.
I want to win a World Series. I want to do it in Kansas City.
This guy is the cream of the crop right now.
Sensational again.
It is crazy, wiry, athletic pop that's only going to get better.
You could talk about him all night long. From offense to defense to the way he hustles.
We're allowed to have favorite players in the game, too. And on the short list for me is this guy.
Nolan Arenado, a walk-off big fly.
He's a team leader. He's a fun guy. He's a great personality.
This is who you build franchises around.
Magnificent play from Arenado.
There's not an out he thinks he can't get. This guy is some kind of player.
If you're a baseball player and you want to watch just sheer joy in the way to play the baseball game, Jose Ramirez, look no further.
Every time he's locked and makes contact, it's a homer.
Jose Ramirez.
Wow! When you are a star player, it is not just home runs, it's all the things you do. That's the beauty of the sport.
Jose Ramirez putting on the wrist.
Oh, that was outstanding.
What better for the game of baseball?
Bryce Harper.
To the bottom of the fourth, and Nick Gonzalez to lead off the frame. 1-0 the Phillies maintain a lead. All active duty, reserve, veteran, and retired service members and their families can save big on Pirates tickets to all the home games. And that offer is available at the PNC Park ticket windows or with proper ID online at pirates.com/military. Here's the pitch. And there's a strike to Gonzalez. Bard and Davis to follow. It's 1 hit so far today. That was Bay on an infield hit. beat it out. Pitch, swing and a miss, changeup by Christopher Sanchez, the all-star lefty of the Phillies. 2 strikes. Got a good test today. Here's an 0-2. Swinging a chopper off the plate toward the second baseman. No, the shortstop Sosa throws the first late, and the first baseman dropped the ball as Gonzalez was arriving. That's an infield hit for Nick Gonzalez.
Yep, nicely done. And he hadn't seen a fastball from Sanchez in his 2 at-bats. And he tried to sneak an 0-2 fastball in there to Nick. And Nick, just protecting, hits the chopper. They're able to beat it out.
Mound chat here after Sanchez faces 1 batter in this 4th inning, and there's going to be another pitching change. So that must be the prescription at this stage of spring training, 3+ a batter for the starting pitcher. So we'll step aside. 1-0 Phillies. Pirates with a man on, nobody out. Back.
If you're a baseball player and you want to watch just sheer joy in the way to play the baseball game, Jose Ramirez, look no further.
Every time he's locked and makes contact, it's a homer.
Jose Ramirez.
Wow! When you are a star player, it is not just home runs, it's all the things you do. That's the beauty of the sport.
Jose Ramirez putting on the Ritz.
Oh, that was outstanding.
What better for the game of baseball?
You can talk about him all night long. From offense to defense to the way he hustles.
We're allowed to have favorite players in the game, too. And on the short list for me is this guy.
Nolan Arenado, a walk-off big fly.
He's a team leader. He's a fun guy. He's a great personality.
This is who you build franchises around.
Magnificent play from Arenado.
There is not an out he thinks he can't get. This guy is some kind of player.
Bryce Harper is special. He's got a flair for the dramatic.
Bryce Harper, for me, is must-see TV.
You can't take your eyes off him.
We all love his feistiness.
Every time it's a big moment, Bryce Harper comes through.
That's what you always dream of, to put a city on your back and do that for your team.
And he did it again. It is Bedlam at the bank.
One of the coolest sports moments ever.
Marcus Lynn.
It's really tough to hit. That doesn't look like a fun at bat. You know, he located his changeup well. Slider was good. And anytime you're throwing 97, that's going to be difficult as well.
Tyler Phillips, the righty for the Phillies, delivers a running 2-seamer that knocks Bart out of the box, and it's ball 1. Bart has struck a couple of spring training home runs, picking up where he left off last year. Right side is open for him. The pitch line to center. Stevenson comes on and makes the catch. Diving headlong to retire Bart. 1 out.
Boy, that's a heck of a play. Again, wind up blowing in, which you'd think would knock it down. I mean, that was a slider down and away. Bart hit it like he knew it was coming. But a great jump, great route, great play by the Philly center fielder.
The other time the outfielders touched a ball today was when Davis flied out to right in the second. Here's the pitch, and it's down low and away for ball 1. Davis in AAA last year hit over 300, on base over 400, slugged over 500. Pitch down low, 2-0. But evaluators have said that the difference between AAA and the major leagues has never been larger in terms of a chasm of talent after the consolidation of the minor leagues. The pitch, swinging a foul.
Still think that Henry Davis, can put up good numbers at the big league level. I mean, it's just a matter of finding that consistency and getting off to a hot start to where things will slow down. he started out so slow last year that you could tell he was pressing a little bit. The swing got long. A real hard time getting to the fastball, I think, because of the length in the swing.
2-1 is found away.
And had more of a leg kick last year than he does this year. Felt at times he was a little late getting that foot down. Hard to get a swing off if the front foot's not down. He shortened that up. He's getting in a better position to hit earlier, which will certainly help. But if you're putting up those kind of numbers in AAA, you could be a big league hitter as far as I'm concerned.
2-2, and the pitch down low and away. The breaking ball, 3-2.
And I'll talk to a lot of scouts when I do, though. They all feel that he'll hit. And again, fewer than 1,000 minor league at bats, which is fewer than
that's a great point.
2 seasons.
Swinging a hard hit ground ball foul past Mike Ribello at third. He had to jump rope. He's got plenty of power.
Yeah, a lot of power, and right there, ready to hit. Got a breaking ball. It was in the middle of the zone. Just pulled the trigger a little too early.
Right-handed batter against the righty Tyler Phillips on in relief here in the fourth. And the pitch inside, ball 4. The two-seamer missed. Gonzalez was running on the pitch. 2 on with 1 out. Adam Frazier will come to bat. When Davis hit that home run to right against Shohei Ohtani in Anaheim, I mean, that opened my eyes at another level. This guy's got, pole-to-pole power.
And again, it was on the fastball, and that's what we saw when he was young. I mean, he was on the fastball, and some breaking pitches gave him some trouble.
Frazier wraps it foul,
as it does with everybody. Well, last year he couldn't get to a fastball. And we're not talking about an Ohtani fastball. We're talking about most fastballs, and so if you're not able to get the barrel out and make solid contact with fastballs, everything's going to be a struggle.
They slugged .086 against fastballs last year. 2-seamers and 4-seamers. That was the lowest by a non-pitcher in the StatCast era. So, yeah, I mean, that's the basis of all hitting, right?
Most hitters are going to hit off the fastball, meaning they're looking for that and going to adjust to anything else.
Yeah. And that won't happen again. Here's the pitch. Swing and a ground ball through. Base hit Adam Frazier. Touching third, Gonzalez. He comes in to score. Davis streaking to third. RBI single, Adam Frazier ties the game at 1.
It's a solid veteran, Adam Frazier, and always ready to hit. Got a breaking ball there, left up, middle of the plate. Didn't try to do too much, just put that short little swing on it. Off the barrel. Between the 2 middle infielders. Easily scoring Gonzalez. And another thing, we talk about it enough with Henry Davis. He runs hard on the bases. He's a good base runner. Smart. And has decent speed.
Here's Billy Cook swinging a foul back. I mean, I would trust Henry Davis to steal a base if you have the right opportunity. I mean, it's
for sure.
Yeah. Very good athlete. First overall pick by the Pirates 4 years ago. Runners at the corners. The 0-1. Swinging a ground ball right to short. Should be 2 on the second. There's 1. Montigua's relay to a double play. But the Pirates get the equalizer off the bat of Adam Frazier. Through 4, tied at 1 on the Pirates Radio Network, presented by Iron City and IC Light.
With us today, a developer from SeatGeek. Quick question. My son's wedding clashes with the...
Shohei Ohtani has changed the way we view what a baseball player can be.
Ohtani meeting the moment.
He's the most gifted baseball player we've ever seen.
An absolute rocket.
He's a unicorn.
Number 40 for Shohei. 40-40. Walk-off grand slam. No way.
Shohei Ohtani, who is the greatest living player right now, just hit a 2-run bomb live.
You could talk about him all night long. From offense to defense to the way he hustles.
We're allowed to have favorite players in the game too, and on the short list for me is this guy.
Nolan Arenado, a walk-off big fly.
He's a team leader. He's a fun guy. He's a great personality.
This is who you build franchises around.
Magnificent play from Arenado.
There is not an out he thinks he can't get. This guy is some kind of player.
This is a ace. This is a franchise turner.
Ready to compete.
He struck him out 100 miles an hour.
He has not disappointed.
Even playing in Wrigley Field, it is super humbling.
101 in the zone.
His dominance in the strike zone, it's incredible.
The bottom line, it's just a game. The hitters have weaknesses.
11 strikeouts for Skeen. 6 innings of no-hit baseball.
They are knocking on the door of completely turning this franchise around.
Paul Skeen, what a man. Marcus Lynn Betts.
Best parking spot in advance for a winning game day experience. Park Mobile, a smarter way to park.
Dennis Santana will come on for the Pirates as we move to the 5th inning. And a reminder, no fees on tickets. That offer extended to Sunday. So today, tomorrow, and Sunday, limited time offer. No fees on all Pirates tickets purchased through Sunday when you go to pirates.com/no fees. That's for all games for the upcoming 2025 championship season. Santana fires a strike to Matt Kroon.
Pretty uneventful spring so far for Santana. Just 3 appearances, 3 innings, a strikeout. Everything else zeros.
I don't think he's allowed a base runner yet. Is that right?
Yeah.
Swing and a miss.
That's what I mean. There's all zeros across the board. And, boy, what a nice find picking him up and bringing him in last year. Did a really nice job.
Here's the pitch. And a wave and a miss. Weak cut. Kroon doesn't even bother to run to first. He's out. On strikes, 1 away. If you wonder why teams do this, they pick up guys off waivers all the time. And think, well, you know, what's the point? You know, why are you trying to add this guy, He's got a $1 million ERA in this place. I mean, Santana had a 6.26 ERA with the Yankees, and you're thinking, well, what's the point? You know, that's inside ball 1. And then with the Pirates, he went a stretch of almost 2 months without allowing an earned run. So,
yeah, sometimes a change of scenery does you good.
Lantigua takes a strike.
Yeah, especially, I mean, I don't know exactly how it happened or the thinking behind it, but yeah, obviously he was struggling in New York. In New York, you know, who knows what kind of depth they had, but they had what they felt was a better option.
Up high 2-1.
And so they let him go. Pirates pick him up. You know, Pirates had some injuries to their bullpen last year, and so liked the stuff and obviously got the best of it.
2-1. Had a strike, 2-2. And he had only pitched in big markets too, Los Angeles, Dallas, and New York.
And sometimes it's just a different voice, whether it's a pitching coach or in his case or a hitting coach. Sometimes you need a new voice.
2-2, low, 3 balls and 2 strikes.
You know, when you talk about, you know, there's been some Pirate hitters, young hitters that have struggled, and you know, they got a new voice this year. You know, we'll see if that helps things along the way.
Matt Haig, the new hitting coach. 3-2. Lantigua lines it, caught at second by Adam Frazier.
I mean, you can have Walt Reniak as your hitting coach, but you might not hear it. You know, as one of the all-time great hitting coaches, and you know, it might not work for you, and you might go somewhere else, and you know, a different hitting coach speaks the language you need to hear, and you take off. It's just sometimes you just need to hear it a different way.
There's Rojas, takes a strike. Wasn't that Wade Boggs' hitting coach in Boston, Walt Reniak? Does that sound right to you?
It does. I'm not 100% sure. I mean, I think of him as a White Sox coach.
Yeah, the White Sox too. Yeah, that's right. Pitch is swung out and fouled back. I have to check on Boggs, but yeah, I remember just growing up as a kid hearing that name a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, it kind of had the, I don't know why, philosophy of finishing with one hand and the high finish with the, you know, bottom hand. You go through, finish your swing, and it's up high above your head. You know, at Reniac, a lot of his players seem to have that finish.
Santana trying to mow through the lineup in order, and the foul back. Still 2 strikes on Rojas. Not obliging just yet.
And that was up to 95. Again, we talk about pitchers getting their work in, and Santana has hardly had to work. You wonder, is he throwing enough pitches?
Here's a 2-strike offering again. Missed outside with the fastball, 1-2.
I mean, he's just been so precise with the location, and his innings have all been effortless. No traffic. Hasn't had to throw with a runner on yet.
Here's the set and a 1-2. A swing and a roller on towards short. Gonzalez fields, flips to first, inning over. Ho hum, another 1-2-3 inning for Dennis Santana in spring training. Bottom of the 5th coming up, tied at 1 on the Pirates Radio Network, presented by Iron City and IC Light.
Superstar center fielder Julio Rodriguez.
I think he's one of the faces of the game.
This kid is special beyond words.
Julio Rodriguez, listen, at the end of the day, this guy's a superstar.
Impossibly. Oh, what a play by Julio Rodriguez. What a life. This is the man right here.
I feel like we're in a pretty good spot to compete.
Another historic chapter.
Pete Alonso, franchise cornerstone, homegrown Met.
That's the guy you want to build your team around.
You know, Pete has turned into such an intelligent hitter.
If you hit it, it goes, that's for sure.
Oh, man, Pete got a hold of one.
There's not many guys who can do what he does from an offensive standpoint.
It's out of here, and the Mets win it! Into the second deck!
That ball was tattooed.
Polar Bear's a ribby machine.
All rise. Here comes the...
Bottom of the 5th, it'll be Ji-Hwan Bae to start it off against Tyler Phillips of the Phillies. 1-1 our score. Bae with an infield hit and a steal. And the pitch. Swinging a bouncer up first and foul. Strike 1 on Ji-Hwan Bae. We were talking about him at length about April of 23, and when he, at times, in my opinion, and I'm kind of bouncing it off of you, but here's the pitch. Inside 1-1. There were a lot of times where he was the most talented, and I would even say electrifying player on the field at that time.
He seemed to be in the middle of everything. And, it was an exciting offense to watch. There was a lot of stolen bases.
Swing and a miss.
And because of the bigger bases and the new roles, we thought, whoa, this is going to be crazy. We're going to steal 500 bases. And obviously the league caught on, and Bae cooled off. But, yeah, it was fun to watch. It was a brand of baseball that I think the Pirates actually need.
Here's a 1-2, swing and a foul.
And the reason I say that is, this game, there's a lot of lineups with so much power in it. And the Pirates have some players that have some power, but it doesn't seem to be a home run hitting team. So you got to find different ways to create offense, and stolen bases certainly is one.
Swing and a foul.
We've seen so many of these at bats from Bae this spring too. Gets the 2 strikes, battles, fouls pitches off, etc. and so forth. But it doesn't mean to be reckless. And at times, it got reckless back in 23. But there was, but for the first month or so, it was dynamic.
Lazy fly ball, left field, and the wind's taking hold of it. Bae is already around first base. He's going to have a bloop single thanks to the Florida wind.
More so than Florida wind, it's not being aware of the wind. I mean, that's an easy play for the third baseman and the shortstop. I mean, you got to know which way the wind's blowing, and you got to be in a position. I mean, the third baseman Clemens literally turned and ran.
And fell down.
And then fell down. The shortstop, Sosa, gave up on it. And it's disappointing that Bay's not on second base. I'll say that too. Because with his speed, he should have been there. Easy.
See if he makes up for it here. Starts and stops. Palacios takes down low, ball 1.
Because when you have that kind of speed, why not just run hard all the time?
I see, yeah.
Especially if you're trying to make a club. If he's running hard, he's on second. I didn't watch him, but knowing his speed, he should have been at second base.
Here's a 1-0 and a wave and a miss on a breaking ball. 1-1 to Palacios. We were talking about the stolen base. And the Pirates last year, when they attempted 2 steals, not successful, they won 71% of the time. When they attempted over 1, they won 41% of the time. And that dated back to the previous year, too. There was a lot of that same theme. There's a swing and a miss. Just by attempting 2 steals, they've won 67% of their games over the last 2 seasons combined. So, I mean, obviously, you like you said, you can't be reckless. You can't just go, well, we got our 2 in and we're going to win tonight. Well, no. But incorporating that more as a part of the offense as Bay gets back on a nearly errant throw over, I couldn't agree more with you on that part of it.
There are going to be certain times where you're going to face pitchers that don't allow you to steal. I mean, they're going to shut down the game because how quickly they deliver the ball to the plate. But, I mean, there's other ways to be creative with your legs, and that's hit and runs, and,
There goes Bay, and the ball gets away from Stubbs. Head first slide for Bay. He gets up, but Stubbs retrieves it in time. That's a stolen base for Bay, his second today.
Yeah, and so I hope I'm wrong about this. The Pirates' offense looks a lot like it did last year at this time. There was some hope that hit for more power with some of the additions that the Pirates had, like a Michael A. Taylor, Rowdy Tellez, and with the guys you already had here. With the way Key Brian Hayes finished the previous season, I mean, we had a lot of excitement as far as this team could have power all around. Cruz was still at second, Reynolds and his thing, and Nick Gonzalez has some pop, and Henry Davis behind the plate.
Palacios takes low, 3-2.
There was a lot of hope that this team would hit for power. It didn't hit for a lot of power. It didn't slug a whole bunch, and so you didn't score enough runs, and you were in a lot of close games, and you didn't have a great record when you were in those close games, and so
3-2 outside.
If you have this type of team, and just say slug-wise is equal to last year's team, you got to find a way to be more creative. And we've heard a lot of the players talking about, doing the little things right so we win these games, playing fundamentally sound baseball, taking the extra base, hitting behind runners, getting runners home from third less than 2 outs, being smarter on the bases, making fewer mistakes defensively and on the bases. That adds up to more runs. The running part of it could add runs, of course, as Alika Williams comes to the plate. He squared the bunt, took a pitch, fastball down and away for a ball. Perhaps sacrificing from time to time. We don't see that very often, but there are little things that you got to be able to execute and do well to win those close games.
And the 1-0 swing, slicing foul ball down the right field line. Rincones will give it a look.
Now I hope that we'll see more power to where you don't have to take the risks. But if you're in 3-2 games, 4-3 games, 2-1 games, and whether you win them or lose them, obviously you need to win more than you lose, I think, to be able to compete for a playoff spot or a division title. But you're also taxing your bullpen along the way.
Swing and a miss.
You're also stressing out starters where, in my opinion, there's no room for error. I can't give up any runs because we're not scoring enough. So you have to find ways, and again, hopefully the bats are there and there's more power, more slug, and then you have a surprisingly good offensive team.
1-2 outside.
But if you're not, you've got to find ways to prevent more by doing the things right defensively, the fundamentals, etc. But you also might have to find ways to be more creative to bring home more runs.
2-2 to Williams. Swinging a roller up the middle near the bag. The second baseman shovels to the shortstop and on to first. Safe. Williams. Bay to third. Men at the corners with 1 out.
Yeah, poor communication. Once again, this has not been a good inning for the Phillies defensively. A pop-up that should have been an easy catch drops in because they're not aware that the wind's blowing in, and it's an easy pop-up pretty much in the infield dirt. And that one right there, if the shortstop calls off the second baseman, it's a simple, easy double play ball. But, the second baseman crosses over, and all he could do is shuffle behind him, backwards, going the other way. If Sosa calls him off, it's easy. He catches it tight to second and goes to first. It's double play. So Pirates get another break there.
Tommy Pham will bat with first and third, 1 out, 1-1 tie here in the fifth.
And here's one of those situations. You got a veteran up there. He's hitting these situations a ton. Just got the 1 out, runner on third. Pitcher that's mostly been in AAA, pitched a bit in the big leagues. Expect Pham to get this run home.
Here's the pitch. And a slider for a strike. Now, how often do you get that runner in from third with less than 2 outs? There is a correlation to the teams that are more successful. They score more runs, obviously, but they also win more. Those are the runs you got to pick up more times than not. Here's an 0-1 swing and a pop back behind home plate. Gonzalez vacates the on deck circle and it'll go out of play. Stubbs ended up running into the ball bag, and then the ball came up from the netting, almost fell on him. 2 strikes. And when you're talking about the players talking about the ways to win, wanting to do the things to win, I'm observing that they are actually talking about the things that need to be done. And then in the game last night in Sarasota, they did a lot of those things. They were very good defensively. They were doing some of the things about moving runners or hitting the ball to right field situationally, and for right-handed hitters, it's things that could yield that extra run here and there and could yield a victory. That's down low 1-2. So in your vantage point, if they're doing those things in spring training, and now there's one game I'm saying, but if they continue to do those things in a lot of these games, there's got to be value in that to practice.
I don't think there's an option. I think you have to do it. Doesn't mean you're going to execute all the time. You got to execute more times than not, and you got to have the buy-in, and you have to have the desire and the unselfishness as the breaking ball taken down and away. And I think you have to be held accountable if it doesn't appear you're trying to do the things necessarily to get the job done. And that goes with running hard too. I don't know how many times we saw that, where if a guy's running hard, there's an extra base and you score another run, another ball down, count goes full to Tommy Pham. And so I think that's why, one of the reasons why we have Tommy Pham here. I mean, he's a guy that has a winning attitude, and and he's going to voice his opinion, and he's going to hold people accountable, and I think that's also important.
3-2, Williams on the move. It's ball 4, and the bases are full.
Now, no surprise, a professional at bat there from Tommy Pham. Up there and grinding away. In those situations, not going to be overwhelmed and try to do too much or chase pitches out of the zone. But I think it's important to note, I think that's what I've read a lot and heard a lot about Tommy Pham coming here, is because he's going to stand up and he's going to voice his opinion when things aren't done the right way. And so far too often we saw last year, again, mistakes, execution failures, and lack of hustle. And I'll be curious to see, if we see those same types of things this year, especially the hustle part.
Yeah, Pham coming from the Cardinals early in his career.
Rafael Devers stands in the batter's box, and he's a ribby machine.
This guy drives in 100 runs a year in his sleep. His bat plays.
He has earned his place among the elite hitters in the game.
Rafi Devers strikes again.
He is spectacular.
He's a franchise-type player. Devers' offense is legit.
Out of sight.
He just mashes.
Ridiculous.
Oh, Rafi.
Pete Alonso, franchise cornerstone, homegrown Met.
That's the guy you want to build your team around.
Pete has turned into such an intelligent hitter.
If you hit it, it goes, that's for sure.
Oh, man, Pete got a hold of one.
There's not many guys who can do what he does from an offensive standpoint.
It's out of here, and the Mets win it! Into the second deck!
That ball was tattooed.
Polar Bear's a ribby machine.
Corey Seager, all eyes on him. He's ready to go. He's aggressive.
Here's a dude that swings 52% of the time on first pitches.
Corey Seager smashes the ball.
the ability to be able to come together and compete every night. You know, that's what it's all about at this point for me.
Corey Seager does it again.
This guy is doing it all. He's hitting bombs all the time.
Bobby Wood Jr. is an absolute super.
Bryce not quite back to 100% after his Tommy John surgery. He might be a couple months out before taking the mound.
So Nick Gonzalez bats with the bases loaded, 1 out. Gonzalez 3-0-2 with runners in scoring position last year. Tie game, a run apiece in the 5th. Harper comes home, and there's a strike. 89 over, and Gonzalez will challenge it.
And this is the time to do it.
And we'll look. Oh, barely a strike.
Oh, a thread. But in my opinion, this is the time to do it. If you're going to challenge, it's bases loaded, 1 out. And there's a big difference between 0-1 and 1-0.
Here's the 0-1 instead, and it's inside with a 2-seamer running in. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. Now, that's a great point. Statistically speaking, that backs that up. Here's the set and a 1-1. Gonzalez swings and fouls it off the end of the bat.
Now, if there's nobody on and 2 outs, it's a ridiculous time to do it. But it's a big at bat. You figure bases loaded. If this is implemented, you know, Major League regular season games, yeah, when there's runners on the bases loaded.
Swing and an in-between hopper to short. Sosa from his seat goes to second. 1 relay beaten out by Gonzalez. Bay comes in to score, give him a run batted in, and the Pirates claim their first lead. It's 2-1.
Yeah, Sosa once again. I mean, you know, retreating, falling down on a ball hit right at him, and that is very useful for the Pirates. So that, sit here and say that run comes across because of 3 poor plays, 3 plays that weren't made defensively by these Phils. And the Nick Gonzalez's credit, you know, always runs pretty good, runs hard, and has enough speed to beat the relay.
And all of them involving Sosa. Here's Bart, is lined out and struck out. Harper comes home, and it's high and in, ball 1. Second spring run batted in for Nick Gonzalez. He's at first. Alika Williams is at third. Run charged to Tyler Phillips. Here's a 1-0. Swing and a foul. On 96, Bart fouls it to the right. 1 ball and 1 strike. Real good crowd assembled on this Friday afternoon, trying to kick off the weekend early here in Bradenton. Joey Bart was not ready to hit, so Harper is warned. Bart's always ready to hit. Great run producer last year for the Pirates. With 2 outs, a 1-1, rides in on that 2-seam. 2 balls and a strike. Dangerous in hitters' counts.
You know, I watched that come in, and I was surprised to see 96. And that's pretty good movement. It didn't look 96.
Here's a 2-1. Swing and a liner, base hit into left field. Joey Bart gets the job done again. Drives in the runner from third with 2 outs. RBI single, 3-1 Pirates.
Yeah, I like seeing that. You like seeing the fastball on the inside part of the plate, right on the inside third, and Joey Bart shows that he can get a fastball out of the kitchen. And I'd like to see that. That's a good to see the Pirates take advantage of, you know, 5 or 6 outs this inning.
Yeah.
You know, you just score 1, yeah, kind of leaves a bad taste in your mouth because we've had a couple extra opportunities. So good to see Joey Bart come through again.
First and second for Henry Davis. Swing and a miss through the fastball and a strike. Yeah, Bart so often able to get those runners in last year. 7th RBI in the spring. That's outside on a slider that time. 1-1 on Henry.
I was wondering today, I'm sure you might have it in your notes, and I'm not looking for an answer now, but I know Bart hit 2 grand slams. It had to have at least 2 3-run homers.
I don't have the 3-run homers, but yeah, 2 grand slams. Runner takes third. Gonzalez heads up play on that ball that didn't get far from Stubbs.
Yeah, good anticipation, good secondary lead, and took off right away. And you know, your job at first, you kind of peek over there, and Bart did, and saw him take off, but didn't have a great jump, and probably for the better. You know, if Bart tries to get that extra 90, the ball didn't kick far from Stubbs, and they might have had a shot at second.
2-1 on Henry Davis. Here's the pitch. Strike. And he's going to challenge it. And let's see, this would be a big change. Yeah, it is a ball. And leave it up to a catcher to know the strike zone.
You know, some guys have that carry where a pitch might look low to you in your eyes, but it kind of carries and stays on the same plane. I was hoping that wasn't the case with Henry, but about 1.5 inches low, according to the 1.4 to be exact, according to the data given here.
Both teams with 1 challenge remaining. 3-1 now on Davis. Swinging a high fly ball, center field. Stevenson shading his eyes from the sun, angling, and he'll make the catch. That ends the frame. Pirates pick up a pair in the 5th. To the 6th we go. Pirates claim the lead 3-1 right here on the Pirates Radio Network, presented by Iron City and IC Light.
Spring is finally here, and so are spring projects.
Marcus Lynn Betts, best player on the planet.
I love watching Mookie play.
On the Hall of Fame highway.
It's a blessing to have those expectations.
Goodness, and that one is going to go. Mookie Betts, what a monster.
Got some more unfinished business to take care of.
Are you kidding me?
I try and do the best that I can in anything that I can control.
Nothing on a baseball field that Mookie Betts does not excel at.
Expect Jackson Churio or the Brewers to be a first-year phenom.
I mean, the tool set is just incredible.
You just run out of adjectives to describe the kid.
First big league homer for Jackson Churio.
He's having so much fun. That team is having so much fun.
So much to like about this kid right here. The loft, the juice, everything's there. He hits well beyond his age.
He's figured it out.
Bye-bye, baseball. Jackson Churio.
This is a ace. This is a franchise turner.
Ready to compete.
He struck him out. 100 miles an hour.
He has not disappointed.
Even playing in Wrigley Field, it is super humbling.
101 in the zone.
His dominance in the strike zone, it's incredible.
Bottom line, it's just a game. The hitters have weaknesses.
11 strikeouts for Skeens. 6 innings of no-hit baseball.
They are knocking on the door of completely turning this franchise around.
Paul Skeens, what a man.
You could talk about him all night long.
We see you. Call 412-DOCTORS to get expert care from AHN, the official medical provider of Pittsburgh Pirates.
6th inning, Pirates lead 3-1. Defensively, some changes. Nick Solak is now in left field. Malcolm Nunez to play third. Leo Pagero, who homered last night, he's at second base. DJ Stewart at first. And Tanner Rainey pitching to Jason DeLay. Outside, ball 1 to Cody Clemens.
And you almost always see a non-roster guy or two make the club out of spring training. This guy's interesting. He's looked good. You know, his velocity is not the same as it was, you know, at times with Washington, you know, where he's closed games. But it's a pretty good arm.
Always wanted to see this battery. Long fly ball, way back and gone. Home run. Cody Clemens out of options, trying to make the ball club. Just hit a second spring home run, and the Phillies get one back. It's 3-2 Pirates.
Yeah, he got a off-speed pitch that was left middle in. And that's always dangerous to a left-handed batter from a righty. If you're throwing a breaking ball in there, you don't want to leave it on the plate. And it almost looked as if Henry Davis wanted something backdoor, and it stayed pretty much thigh-high middle.
So Rogers kid homers. Now Edmundo Sosa, no relation to Sammy, takes inside ball one. So 3-2 now. Pirates lead here in the 6th. Rainey, a long-time Washington National. Been with them way back to when they won the World Series in 19. Pitched for them then. Fly ball right field. And Palacios toward the line some. Makes the catch, 1 out.
So you finally got the battery you're looking for, huh?
Rainy delay.
Rainy delay. Hopefully we don't have many of those this year.
No. Not here in Florida. That's why they play here. March. A little bit of rain once in a while, but not much. A lot of sunshine. Nunez will play in for Stubbs. Walk and a double today. Lefty batter takes away for ball one. 8-pitch at bat that last time for Stubbs. I didn't think of keeping track on that walk. We're saying that he's saw a lot of pitches today. The walk was a long one, if you remember.
I want to say at least 8, maybe 10.
Oh wow!
Pitches. So he's seen, 16, 18 pitches today. Just off of Jared Jones.
Jones went 3+, struck out 6. 2-0 is wide. 3-0 from Rainey.
Rainey just won in 91-92 so far today with the fastball. The home run he allowed, that's the first run he has allowed. Actually, just the second hit and first run.
There comes his 3-0, and it's inside a 4-pitch walk.
And that would have been the first walk allowed by Rainey. He had 5 punch-outs in his 3 innings so far this spring.
There's Stevenson, who has struck out both times. Yeah, Rainey at one point was upper 90s. He's 32. Averaged about 94 on the fastball last year. And his pitch, there's a strike. Always lies to you a little bit in the spring because we don't see every game, but the games that I've seen him, even at 92 or so, that fastball has played up from my vantage point. In the prior games, lefty batter, 0-1. Stevenson looks at strike 2. Another fastball.
In his first year with the Nats, actually his first 2 years with the Nats, only covered 68 innings, 68 2/3 innings to be exact. He's struck out 14 per 9 innings.
Oh boy. Pitch, swing and a foul.
He had, in his first year, 74 punch outs in just 48 1/3. Just under that 14 per 9.
It's always had a really good slider. Good depth. Just keeps on burrowing down and into this lefty hitter. Here's an 0-2 swing and a miss. Got him out on it.
There's that depth. And boy, what a miserable spring for Stevenson.
Struck out 3 times against 3 different pitchers today.
13 strikeouts and 21 spring training at bats.
And 1 hit. Try to get that turned around tomorrow for Mr. Stevenson.
And think about that coming into today. No other Philly had more than 7 strikeouts. He's at 13.
That'll get you to Lehigh Valley in a hurry. Ball 1 to Otto Kemp. At the pitch. Swing and a miss. High fastball, 93. Getting some takes and some swings and misses now on that fastball. 1-1. Kemp with a double, hit by a pitch as well today. 3-2, the Pirates lead. Phillies batting in the 6th. Rainey delivers strike. Oh, that's some movement running in to the righty batter. Rainey out of Folsom, Louisiana. if you go from Metairie, which is near New Orleans, and you drive up the causeway, I said, how do you get to Folsom from there? He goes, yeah, just go past Covington and then turn left. I'm right there. Right there. Just go past Covington, turn left. I'm right there. Here's the pitch. DeLay tried to frame it. 2-2.
Yeah, so I'm not saying he's making the club, but you never know. He's certainly interesting just because of the history, and he's done some pretty good things at the big league level. Yeah, if not, it's depth. It's AAA depth. Until his opt-out, I'm guessing he has.
2-2 is down low and away. 3 balls and 2 strikes.
And guys like him, if he doesn't make the club out of spring training, there's more likely an opt-out clause to where, he doesn't have to stay in the organization in the minor leagues very long.
No, because he's got 5 years of service time. Pitch, swing and a miss. And he's got a couple of strikeouts. Leadoff home run, a walk left stranded, 2 Ks for Rainey to the bottom of the 6th. 3-2 Pirates on the Pirates Radio Network, presented by Iron City and IC Light.
Bobby Witt Jr. is an absolute superstar in the making.
I've never seen anything like him.
He's one of the best players in baseball.
Highlight reel play, Bobby Witt Jr.
That's why we call him Bobby Baseball.
He is a generational talent.
I want to win a World Series. I want to do it in Kansas City.
This guy is the cream of the crop right now.
Sensational again.
It is crazy, wiry, athletic pop that's only going to get better.
Rafael Devers stands in the batter's box, and he's a ribby machine.
This guy drives in 100 runs a year. In his sleep, his bat plays.
He has earned his place among the elite hitters in the game.
Rafi Devers strikes again.
He is spectacular.
He's a franchise-type player. Devers' offense is legit.
Out of sight.
He just mashes.
Ridiculous. Oh, Rafi.
Shohei Ohtani has changed the way we view what a baseball player can be.
Ohtani meeting the moment.
He's the most gifted baseball player we've ever seen.
Absolute rocket.
He's a unicorn.
Number 40 for Shohei. 40-40. Walk-off grand slam. No way.
Shohei Ohtani, who is the greatest living player right now, just hit a 2-run bomb. Live.
You could talk about him all night long.
Chopping it up with Brett Holcomb, our producer engineer here in the booth. Joe Block, John Wayner with you here from Lecom Park in Bradenton, Florida. 3-2.
Sometimes you just let it breathe and hear the sounds of the stadium.
Yeah.
Ignore the engineer when he's telling you, we're on the air. Sometimes just listen. Hey, Coke here.
Yeah, there you go. I love it. It's spring training. Part of the fun. I'm with you. Nick Solak is going to start it off. DJ Stewart to follow. And Kyle Tyler offers a strike to Solak.
He looks like he has one of those fastballs, too, that just kind of stay on the same plane.
Tap foul.
It's like you kind of look at the hitter's reaction and you see the pitch, and it's like, pretty good pitch, good location. You look up, you're thinking it's 97, it's 91.
Yeah, you're commenting the previous pitcher. Here's the pitch that's outside 1-2, and after you mentioned that, I had to agree that he was throwing, I think, 96 or 7, and it didn't look like a really powerful fastball compared to maybe this guy, and he's throwing 5 miles an hour slower.
Yeah, right.
Interesting how that is.
Yeah, it's something to do with the release point, and has something to do with carry you can get.
2-2, breaking ball low. 3-2 on Solak.
Solak has had nothing but good at bats this spring. Kind of a veteran guy, time in the big leagues, good hitter down in AAA.
6 for 15 with 4 extra base hits. Tapped foul on a full swing. 30 years old. Out of Chicagoland, Naperville specifically. Yeah, hit .311 at Tacoma last year, AAA for Seattle. A game with Atlanta, a game with the Tigers. That's it in the big leagues the last 2 seasons.
And had pretty good numbers back in the day with the Rangers. In limited play.
Off the end of the bat to deep right field. Rincones shy of the track, makes a catch, 1 out. Now DJ Stewart playing over at first base, getting a lot of work over there.
I guess that's the biggest question mark as we get closer and closer to opening day. It's who's on first.
Curveball strike. Spencer Horwitz was acquired via trade over the winter and has a wrist injury, so at least at the outset of the season will not be available. Inside 101. This decade, Josh Bell, Colin Moran, Yoshi Tsutsugo, Carlos Santana, Rowdy Tellez, the starting first baseman on opening day for the Pirates. Swing and a miss, 1 and 2. Will be a different one again this year. Right field, Melky Cabrera, Guillermo Heredia, Gregory Polanco, Cole Tucker, Kanan Smith and Jigba, and Connor Jost. We'll have a new right fielder this year. Center field, Starling Marte, J.B. Shuck, Gerard Dyson, Anthony Alford, Brian Reynolds, Jack Sawinski, Michael A. Taylor. Likely, perhaps a different center fielder for the 8th straight year on opening day. Bouncer up there, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Trying to get some guys settled into positions. We'll see probably more of that in the latter half of the decade than we have seen in the front half. And in some cases, back to last decade. 2-2. Swing and a miss. Let up on Stewart. 2 outs.
Maybe the first breaking ball we've seen for a strike from this righty. I was wondering if that may be what's holding him back. He got that sneaky little fastball, but you wonder if he could throw a breaking ball in there, and he was able to do that to Stewart.
Matt Gorski will pinch hit for Ji-Hwan Bae. Right-handed batter facing the righty Kyle Tyler. Half swing on a strike.
As far as guys that are in camp, big league camp, I think 7. I could be wrong. My math could be wrong, but I think I found 7 who have played at first base.
Swing, fly ball, center field. Stevenson having a tough time with the sun. And the ball falls behind him. Gorski in at second base.
Well, Gorski continues to find a way to get on base. That sun's obviously a problem out there, but Carpenter never really moved to try to get a different angle to get it out of the sun. He just ran away from it.
He's wearing the ski goggles out there, but yeah, that's right. I mean, if you angle,
you can try to do something. You can try to kind of get to the other side of the ball. Maybe it moves it out of the sun. But, I mean, it's a bright sun, and obviously sunglasses don't always work as far as being able to see it.
Here's Palacios. Takes a strike. No official at bat. He laid down a sacrifice, which was a beautiful bunt. Dragged up the first base line. Christopher Sanchez fielded it nicely. Drew a walk. Gorski at second on a Florida double, and the pitch bounced up there. Good stop by Stubbs, sweeping to his right. Snare that ball. 1 ball, 1 strike on Palacios. Got the Powerball jackpot tomorrow night, $320 million. The estimated annuity, $320 million. Don't forget to play at your local retailer or online. Pennsylvania Lottery proceeds benefit older Pennsylvanians every day. Got to be 18 or older. Please play responsibly. Figueroa on deck. Here it is. Low. 2-1 on Palacios. Ton of power. He's done a great job when he's been with the Pirates coming off the bench. 375 as a pinch hitter. A couple of home runs and 24 at-bats as a pinch hitter. Pitch. Full swing. Fair ball in front of home plate and fielded by Stubbs. He'll throw him out to end the sixth. Seventh coming up. 3-2 Buccos on the Pirates Radio Network, presented by Iron City and IC Light.
Every great team has a game plan. And if you're heading to a Pirates game, you need one too. Step 1. Pre-game with some Sweets Donuts.
Expect Jackson Churio of the Brewers to be a first-year phenom.
I mean, the tool set is just incredible.
You just run out of adjectives to describe the kid.
First big league homer for Jackson Churio.
He's having so much fun. That team is having so much fun.
So much to like about this kid right here. The loft, the juice, everything's there. He hits well beyond his age.
He's figured it out.
Jackson Churio.
You can talk about him all night long. From offense to defense to the way he hustles.
We're allowed to have favorite players in the game, too. And on the short list for me is this guy.
Nolan Arenado, a walk-off big fly.
He's a team leader. He's a fun guy. He's a great personality.
This is who you build franchises around.
Magnificent play from Arenado.
There is not an out he thinks he can't get. This guy is some kind of player.
Rafael Devers stands in the batter's box, and he's a ribby machine.
This guy drives in 100 runs a year. In his sleep, his bat plays.
He has earned his place among the elite hitters in the game.
Rafi Devers strikes again.
He is spectacular.
He's a franchise-type player. Devers' offense is legit.
Out of sight.
He just mashes.
Ridiculous.
All rise. Here comes.
Including Medicare and other federal and state-funded programs.
Pirates 3, Phillies 2 will start 7th, but first 10 for an ID on the Pirates Radio Network. Matt Gorski stays in the game to play center field. The over Figueroa goes from second to short. Pitch from Carson Fulmer and a swing and a miss. Sung Chae Chang is the new second baseman. And last night's one of the many defensive heroes of the Pirates, Bryce Johnson, who reached over the wall to rob a home run. He's in right field now. That's down low from Fulmer. 1 ball and 1 strike. Third stint with the Pirates. Fulmer has never pitched for the Pirates. Base hit to center.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Not in the regular season. Was on the roster, active roster, in the bullpen in 20. Was in spring training with the Pirates in 21. And now again here in 25. Here's Matt Kroon. Had a decent year with the Angels last year. Fulmer, Vanderbilt Commodore. Outside ball one to Jason DeLay, who was his collegiate teammate. And until the other day had not tossed to one another since their college days.
That's got to be fun.
Of course, Brian Reynolds was on that team too. Tossed over. Getting the gang back together. Won the College World Series in 14 together. Fulmer was one of the big stars on that team. There were many, too. Dansby Swanson. Up high, 2-0.
Doesn't seem fair to have that much talent on one team in college. There's only so many scholarships. Well, back then there was only so many scholarships to hand out.
The pitch, swing and a pop-up, back of short, shallow left field, and it falls in front of Peguero. He overran that ball, and I wonder how the wind affected that.
Again, I mean, you got to know the conditions. The conditions of the wind. The wind's blowing in, the ball's not going to carry. So Peguero went charging out the left field, and the ball not only landed behind them, it landed about 10 feet behind them.
That was bizarre. So give Kroon a hit. And now 2 on and nobody out. Fulmer delivers a strike to Rafael Lantigua.
By the way, Fulmer has thrown 5 innings before today, and he allowed a total of 2 hits. And the first 2 batters he faces here both get hits, although the one shouldn't be a hit. Ball in the dirt, blocked nicely by Jason DeLay.
Now how about that? 14 Vanderbilt College World Series winner, 8 major league players on that team.
Oh my.
5 on the pitching staff. The pitch, swinging a soft bouncer to short. Peguero shovels onto second, and the relay to first. It's a double play, and both plays were very close. That's it. During the regular season, that might be one where both were overturned at both bases.
Lantigua, I mean, I don't know if he slipped or just doesn't run well, because that was developing so slowly to where the broken bat dribbler. By the time Peguero got it to second, the runner was already there, and yet it was not that close at first.
Johan Rojas accepts a strike from Fulmer. Man at third, 2 outs. Pirates on top, 3-2. We're in the top of the 7th. Here's an 0-1, swinging a ground ball. Diving stop, Cheng from the left side, throws, and a diving try by Stewart. He stays on the bag at first. What a play! Cheng to Stewart, and they get the out.
That is amazing. You're not going to see one better than that from both sides. Wow, didn't think he had a shot.
And we'll stretch in Bradenton with the Pirates still on top, 3-2 right here on the Pirates Radio Network, presented by Iron City and IC Light.
You can talk about him all night long. From offense to defense to the way he hustles.
We're allowed to have favorite players in the game, too. And on the short list for me is this guy.
Nolan Arenado, a walk-off big fly.
He's a team leader. He's a fun guy. He's a great personality.
This is who you build franchises around.
Magnificent play from Arenado.
There is not an out he thinks he can't get. This guy is some kind of player.
If you're a baseball player and you want to watch just sheer joy in the way to play the baseball game, Jose Ramirez, look no further.
Every time he's locked and makes contact, it's a homer.
Jose Ramirez.
Wow! When you are a star player, it is not just home runs, it's all the things you do. That's the beauty of the sport.
Jose Ramirez putting on the Ritz.
Oh, that was outstanding.
What better for the game of baseball?
This is a ace. This is a franchise turner.
I'm ready to compete.
He struck him out 100 miles an hour.
He has not disappointed.
Even playing in Wrigley Field, it is super humbling.
101 in the zone.
His dominance in the strike zone, it's incredible.
Bottom line, it's just a game. The hitters have weaknesses.
11 strikeouts for Skeen, 6 innings of no-hit baseball.
They are knocking on the door of completely turning this franchise around.
Paul Skeen, what a man! Marcus Lynn Betts.
Best way to guarantee your opening day tickets as well. The Pirates 6-Pack Plus. Learn more about it. Pirates.com/6-pack. Moises Chase, 21-year-old right-hander to work for the Phillies. Leover Peguero homered last night in Sarasota. Takes up high for ball 1. It was a long home run. He pulled to left at Ed Smith Stadium. That's back behind the concourse where the trees are. Grounded to shortstop and flubbed by the new player in over there. Looks like Carson DeMartini, the second number 90 in the game today for the Phillies.
Not the way you want to start your day. Frustrated, kicking at the dirt, but I like the way he came and got it, but misplayed the short hop.
Keaton Anthony is now the first baseman. Here's Jason DeLay. 3 RBIs last night for DeLay, and he went. There's a strike. It's an error on DeMartini. The pitch. Outside, missing. It's 1 ball and 1 strike.
So it's the second Moises I've come across or seen even playing.
Yeah.
And I'm wondering, is he named after Alou?
Swing and a miss.
Yeah. You never know. Moises Alou, former Pirate minor leaguer. Great career.
One, 2. DeLay takes in. Part of the deal to get Zane Smith to be a Pirate, right?
That's right.
If I remember right, yeah.
No, I would think, if you were a baseball fan and was thinking of a name, Moises is a good one.
Mm-hmm. Here's the pitch. Swinging a foul.
This Moises from Venezuela. Moises Alou from the Dominican Republic.
Robert Moore is the third baseman. And Trent Farquhar is now at second base for the Phillies. Ground ball to Moore, to Farquhar, to Anthony.
Yeah,
Tinkers to Evers to Chance.
Yeah, we've had our fair share of double plays turned, which we don't mind in spring training. By the way, that play to end the top of the 7th, my goodness. I mean, that was a base hit to center field. A heck of a diving play by Chang. And a nice play by Stewart over at first.
There's a strike. How about the athleticism Stewart has shown at first base as he learns the position?
Diving head first towards the right field foul pole. I don't know how he kept his foot on the bag. In fact, not sure if he did.
Bryce Johnson tops one high in the air towards second base. Farquhar in the infield grass will make the catch. To the 8th, 3-2 Pirates on the Pirates Radio Network, presented by Iron City and IC Light.
Looking for top quality building materials and expert service? 84 Lumber is your go-to destination for everything from windows and doors to trim and siding.
The Angels select Michael Trout.
It's a dream come true.
He plays like a Hall of Famer.
One of the greatest players of all time.
That ball is routed here.
And just drink this in. He's not even close to being done.
I come to the ballpark every day trying to get better.
Generational player.
Ball's crushed.
He's rocking and rolling.
Well, it's his world.
Top tank for Mike Trout.
A different kind of juice when you see an all-time great player.
If you're a baseball player and you want to watch just sheer joy in the way to play the baseball game, Jose Ramirez, look no further.
Every time he's locked and makes contact, it's a homer.
Jose Ramirez.
Wow! When you are a star player, it is not just home runs, it's all the things you do. That's the beauty of the sport.
Jose Ramirez putting on the Ritz.
Oh, that was outstanding.
What better for the game of baseball?
Corey Seager, all eyes on him. He's ready to go. He's aggressive.
Here's a dude that swings 52% of the time on first pitches.
Corey Seager smashes a ball.
The ability to be able to come together and compete every night. That's what it's all about at this point for me.
Corey Seager does it again.
This guy is doing it all. He's hitting bombs all the time.
All rise. Here comes the judge.
61.
3-2 Pirates lead as we start the 8th inning here from Bradenton. And a reminder, if you'd like to work at the best ballpark in America, you can be part of the Pirates family. They're hiring for a variety of game day positions. Working at PNC Park is unique and rewarding. You can go to careers.pirates.com to see a full list of positions and apply there today. Carson D. Martini takes down low, ball one from Mean Eddie Jean, who's really nice, but not the hitters.
Spelled Y-E-A-N.
Pitch. Got on top of a ball, grounded it weakly right up first. Stewart will tag the bag, 1 out.
Eddie Jean. How do you say it?
Yeah, it's like
it's not a G, but it's not a J. It's not
it's
a
like
Y.
a YJ combination.
It's hard to say. Jean.
Like Jean. More like that.
And you say it shorter too, like Jean.
Yeah.
You don't finish it.
Yeah.
Anyhow, boy, did he work a lot last year. You know, you don't see that for a non-starter through 75 innings in the minor leagues. That's a lot. 94-mile-per-hour fastball gets by the Phillies pinch hitter Josh Breaux. B-R-E-A-U-X. You knew I was going to struggle with that.
He's got to be from Louisiana. That's a common name there. French influence. Swing and a miss, 2 strikes. There's a grocery store down there, Bromart.
Breaux, B-R-E-A-U-X.
Yeah. Third baseman Nunez playing the line. 0-2 from G. Swing and a miss, struck him out. Riding fastball, 93. 2 quick ones. This is Leandro Pineda. Sorry.
Gene, before today, 3 innings pitched this spring, 1 hit, a couple of punch outs. That's it.
Hit hard and through the right side, a base hit for Pineda. Here's one of the number 92s. This is Keaton Anthony.
It's almost like Pineda faced Gene in winter ball or something. He was ready for it. He knew what it looked like because he didn't waste any time turning that fastball around.
And there's a strike. Keaton Anthony is listed as Anthony Keaton on the scoreboard. And the pitch down low. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Well, you figure Anthony's a common first name and Keaton's somewhat common last name.
Yeah, that's right. Like Michael Keaton. I'm thinking of him. Yeah. 1-1 fouled back.
Michael Douglas. Do you know that was his name originally? He grew up as Michael Douglas. Yes.
And so,
I think because of the I think that had something to do with the Screen Actors Guild. You know, you had Michael Douglas. I think it was Michael Douglas the actor, and then Michael Douglas the talk show host.
Oh, I didn't think about that. Yeah. So, how are you going to make a name for yourself?
Yep. Change your name to Keaton.
1-2 swing and a miss, dispatching whatever name he chooses to the bottom of the 8th. It's still 3-2 Pirates on the Pirates Radio Network, presented by Iron City at IC Light.
Great hitting, pitching, base running, and fielding are the ingredients of a winning team. For every other ingredient, Pirates fans trust Giant Eagle and Market District. They know their neighborhood grocery store is loaded with fresh, quality food.
If you're a baseball player and you want to watch just sheer joy in the way to play the baseball game, Jose Ramirez, look no further.
Every time he's locked and makes contact, it's a homer.
Jose Ramirez!
Wow! When you are a star player, it is not just home runs, it's all the things you do. That's the beauty of the sport.
Jose Ramirez putting on the Ritz.
Oh, that was outstanding.
What better for the game of baseball?
Superstar center fielder Julio Rodriguez.
Well, I think he's one of the faces of the game.
This kid is special beyond words.
Julio Rodriguez, listen, at the end of the day, this guy's a superstar.
Impossibly! Oh, what a play by Julio Rodriguez. What a life.
This is the man right here.
I feel like we were pretty good spot to compete.
Another historic chapter.
Bryce Harper is special. He's got a flair for the dramatic.
Bryce Harper, for me, is must-see TV.
You can't take your eyes off him.
We all love his feistiness.
Every time it's a big moment, Bryce Harper comes through.
That's what you always dream of, to put a city on your back and do that for your team.
He did it again! It is Bedlam at the bank!
One of the coolest sports moments ever.
Learn more and see how you can help double down on food insecurity. Visit EdgarSnyder.com.
We go to the 8th. 3-2. The Pirates have the lead. And a reminder, MLBShop.com. You can suit up and check out the largest selection of authentic jerseys, caps, hoodies, t-shirts, and more. Visit MLBShop.com, the official source for your Pirates gear. Abraham Gutierrez will pinch hit for Joey Bart, leading off the Pirates' 8th inning. Gio will come on, a right-hander. And to the backstop, ball 1.
Big lad, 6'5", listed at 230, from Colombia. 15 appearances for the Angels last year. 8 walks, 12 strikeouts.
2-0.
And 17 2/3 innings. 5 homers, too. That's a lot.
And not a lot of time.
No.
(2-0). Gutierrez takes a strike call. And now 2-1. Gutierrez, a catcher in the Pirates minor league system. Swing and a foul back. 2 balls and 2 strikes, getting him an at bat.
So this righty pitcher, did he come from minor league camp?
Maybe.
I don't know.
Yeah, wow, yeah. He is in minor league camp.
Yeah.
With big league time.
That's interesting. You don't see that.
Yeah, not very often. A swing and a miss. Gutierrez down on strikes if he's thrown out at first, and he is.
Yeah, you hardly ever see that. You know, a guy with, again, 15 appearances last year in the big leagues. Signs obviously as a non-roster guy and not invited to big league camp. It's the first inning he has pitched in the Phillies big league camp.
Swing by Malcolm Nunez out to left field. Ethan Wilson is underneath him. And he's still underneath it, makes the catch. Always dicey.
We thank Dan Hart for that information, by the way.
The esteemed Dan Hart, longtime media relations specialist for the Pirates.
Especially, I'm not sure if I was right or not, so I'm just going to deflect.
What, did he say over from minor league camp?
Yeah.
No, did it? Yeah, it says here on the. No, it says, non-roster invitee. Oh, I'm sorry. I read that wrong. I verified what you said. That's down low ball 1. It says non-roster invitee, but.
Anyhow, I mean, that's why I guessed, just because he hasn't pitched yet this spring. So that's why I was assuming maybe minor league camp. But maybe just a late start.
That does happen once in a while. Pirates had Dustin Peterson in minor league camp last year, had some big league time at that time. 2-0. How about Joshua Palacios 2 years ago?
For sure. Yeah.
Had played in the major leagues, but was not part of Pirates spring training. Did appear briefly. 2-0 to Solak, the pitch. There's a strike.
Well, I had parts of 9 seasons in the big leagues. And then they brought me back in 2000 to minor league camp. I did not get a big league invite.
And the pitch. And that is low. 3-1 on Nick Solak. Flat out his only time today. Yeah, that's. I mean, it's hard to probably make an impression if you're not in front of everybody.
Yeah. Well, they knew, I guess.
Pitch timer violation.
Wow, how about that? Yeah, walk without a pitch. Okay. Yeah, I think they knew pretty much my skill set, and I think they were trying to get rid of me. And I still came in. I'll show you.
And you did.
Yeah.
Stewart with a man on, 2 outs. Pirates up 3-2 in the 8th. The pitch. Lefty batter takes a strike.
Nice little backdoor breaking ball.
Teams always have a design of who they think is going to make the club, who they want to make the club, and then things change. 0-1, Solak runs, a swing and a miss. Solak steals second base. An important advancement with 2 away. Base hit gives Pirates a shot at adding an insurance run here in the 8th. 3-2 they lead. 0-2 coming. Stewart takes low.
A good 97-mile-per-hour fastball. After first pitch breaking ball, second pitch changeup.
One, 2. Bounces up there. Solak stole 10 at Tacoma last year. AAA for the Mariners. Stolen 2 in spring training.
Easier to steal bases in Tacoma.
Why is that?
They're the reindeer. Kidding.
Oh.
The Rainiers.
2-2 swinging a foul back. The fighting caribou of Tacoma.
I'm assuming they're still the Rainiers.
I think they are, yeah. Named after Mount Rainier.
Yes.
Out that way.
The beautiful mountain, boy.
Yeah.
That's a sight to see.
We get treated when we get to go out to Seattle.
Yeah.
It's rare, but more frequent now with every team playing every team every year. 2-2 pitch. Swinging a bouncer foul. So if you're looking for a Pirate getaway, a new place to maybe see the Pirates on the road.
Yeah.
I think this year, right? Seattle? Were we there last year?
I don't know. I know I'm not going this year, and I wasn't last year, so I have no help.
Check the schedule. Don't take my word for it. Here's a 2-2. Stewart takes wide. It's 3-2 now. Man on at second. That's Solak with 2 away. 6,769 tickled the turnstiles here in Bradenton on this Friday afternoon. Great way to kick off the weekend. Pirates are leading 3-2 in the 8th. And a 3-2. And he walked another.
Yes.
2 2-out walks.
It was kind of predictable. You kind of knew. You know, he doesn't have great command. And when he got that chase on the 0-1 pitch, the changeup, kind of knew. He didn't really want him to throw him a fastball. He didn't want to throw him a fastball for a strike. Tried to get chased, got the 3-2. Went back to that 0-1 pitch, that changeup, thinking, well, I got him to chase before. But veteran hitter, you adjust a lot of times right in the middle of the at-bat.
Matt Gorski credited with a double his first time up, and a swing and a miss. 97 beat him. Strike. 3 homers, 10 RBIs for Gorski in spring training. Seemed like it was the first weekend he had all that.
Yeah, against Baltimore.
The pitch. Bouncing ball. Left side. Diving stop. Moore across the diamond in time to get Gorski. And the threat averted by the Phillies as the Pirates strand 2 to the 9th. 3-2 Pirates on the Pirates Radio Network, presented by Iron City and IC Light.
Hi, it's me, your USPS Ground Advantage shipment. Just left the warehouse and hitting the road.
Shohei Ohtani has changed the way we view what a baseball player can be.
Ohtani meeting the moment. He's the most gifted baseball player we've ever seen.
He's
He's a unicorn.
Number 40 for Shohei. 40-40! Walk-off grand slam! No way!
Shohei Ohtani, who is the greatest living player right now, just hit a 2-run bomb. Live. Corey Seager, all eyes on him. He's ready to go. He's aggressive.
Here's a dude that swings 52% of the time on first pitches.
Corey Seager smashes a ball.
The ability to be able to come together and compete every night, that's what it's all about at this point for me.
Corey Seager does it again.
This guy is doing it all. He's hitting bombs all the time.
Rafael Devers stands in the batter's box, and he's a ribby machine.
This guy drives in 100 runs a year. In his sleep, his bat plays.
He has earned his place among the elite hitters in the game.
Rafi Devers strikes again.
He is spectacular.
He's a franchise-type player.
Devers' offense is legit.
Out of sight!
He just mashes.
Ridiculous.
Oh, Rafi!
Call 1-800-GRANGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Pirates 3, Phillies 2, ninth inning. Eddie Jean comes back out for a second inning, trying to earn the save. Robert Moore will lead it off. Stations will get you that ID in a moment. Pirates are 3 outs away from a spring training win. And the pitch, bunt shown, and outside for ball 1. Moore trying to do less. Get that base runner on, put the tying run aboard. Jean on the 1-0, fires a strike at 95. 1-1. Eddie Jean came over to the Pirates in the Josh Bell deal years back. Good year at Altoona last year. Breaking ball bunted toward the mound. Jean fields and throws to first. Got him, 1 out. And we'll pause 10 for a station ID on the Pirates Radio Network. Here is Ethan Wilson for the Phillies. 1 out, nobody on. 3-2 Pirates in the 9th. And the pitch, grounded second base. Chang to first, 2 men out.
Nicely done. I like it. Pound that zone. Get the easy outs.
Yeah, Jean showing the knack to finish out a ball game. He had 5 saves last year. Leo Prado will bat for the first time, hoping that he's the last hitter of this game. Does Jean in the pitch. Fires a strike, not messing around. Nothing in 1 on Prado. Pitch rides inside. Running fastball. 1 ball and 1 strike. 2 outs, nobody on. Pirates lead 3-2 in the 9th. Nunez guards the line at third. The pitch. Swinging a foul back. 1-2. Jean trying to bunt it up for the Bucks. Here's 1-2. Little low and in. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Facing the Leo Prado. The righty comes home. Breaking ball left it up. 3-2. Trent Farquhar on deck. If it gets to him. 3-2 Pirates lead. Jean rubs up the baseball momentarily. Retakes the rubber. 3-2 pitch. Swinging a ground ball. Whoa. Ticking off Jean and into right, a base hit. Just deflected it out of the reach of Chang.
Did he definitely get a piece of that?
I saw it hit somewhere off of him and deflect.
Because I was going to say, Chang, I didn't see. I was watching the second baseman, and
Oh, was that his fingers?
I'm not sure. Chang started to his right. And I was thinking the ball, no.
Oh, it may have just knuckled or something.
Yeah, maybe, because Chang started to his right and stopped and went to his left. And if he got a piece, not much of a piece.
Here's Farquhar, and there's a strike. Phillies have the tying run on. Farquhar, a lefty batter. And the pitch fills up the zone, 0-2. Prado at first, 2 outs. Pirates lead 3-2. Eddie Jean ready to go. The pitch, swinging a ground ball towards second and past Chang's dive, base hit. Prado will take third. The tying run is 90 feet away with 2 outs. And here comes Eduardo Tate to pinch hit.
Wow. Everything's nicely here for the Pirates. The 2 very, very quick outs. And then a misread, I would say. 2-out base hit. He got by and through the right side. And then a seeing eye single, making things interesting.
Jean to Eduardo Tate, lefty batter. Swinging a bouncer, vacated left side, gloved by Peguero. The throw to first, and he got him! Lee over, Peguero! A ranging play at short, and that saves the win for the Pirates on that great play at shortstop by Lee over, Peguero.
Wow, yeah, I thought we had a tie ball game. Saw where it was hit, thinking nobody can get that, and I don't think if he can get to it, there's no out to be made. I don't think he had to play at second. Definitely didn't think he had to play at first. And I was actually like, what's he doing throwing to first? You have a better shot at second. But, man, what a throw. What a play. What a way to end it.
And that's how the Pirates take down the Phillies today. 3-2 Buccos win it. We'll give you the totals right after this on the Pirates Radio Network. Presented by Iron City and IC Light.